It's gonna start on time.
On me?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Where are we?
We're at some random building, I guess, in Tennessee.
Some shiny
Look at this. Architecture's beautiful. The slats, I just heard that all the slats are, modeled after a building in Yokohama.
So I actually don't know what we're gonna get ourselves into today. All I know is we're here at Nissan headquarters in America. I grew up in Southern California, and I saw the Nissan building there in Torrance all the time, and we actually held meets there too. But since they moved, I definitely missed seeing that building there, and I missed having Nissan in SoCal. But Nissan's here now, so we came all the way here to visit them, and we don't actually know, honestly, what we're gonna get ourselves into.
But we are excited. Very excited.
All right, let's get to it. We're in. We're in.
Have you guys seen the Aria yet?
No. Look at this. Whose job was this? Look at this. It's dusty. Oh. See, this is like what I'm so excited about. The fact that I could walk into Nissan headquarters and look at this. This is a picture we took. We took this picture in Malibu. Incredible. And now it's here. Now we're here. How cool is that? Where are we, sir?
No, you are in Franklin, Tennessee at our Nissan North American headquarters.
Huh. And I see there are some like pictures scattered around.
Yeah, I wonder who took those.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what are we gonna do today?
So today I'm going to take you guys around the Heritage Collection. So as one of the curators for the collection, I thought it would be great to have you guys down and check out all of our cars. I know you guys got a little bit of taste of it in New York, but I think it's worthwhile to check out everything that we have.
Well, honestly, in New York during the News U reveal, we were just so busy we didn't really have a chance to see a lot of those cars. So I'm actually interested in seeing them up close and really spending some more time on them.
Yeah, we're going to do it all today. And not only will you see Z's, but you'll see everything under the sun. So it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, we just stepped foot in the basement. Is this what this is? This is the basement, right?
Yeah, so this is our vehicle salon. We store a lot of our vehicles here for testing purposes, but we have a small portion of it that we use to house a lot of our Heritage Collection cars. So you'll see about 5 or 6 normally on rotation in here. That's because we put them up in the lobby, or we drive them to local events here in Middle Tennessee. But yeah, this one is one of my favorites down here. This is number 18 of 37 of the Vintage Z program. So you guys saw Randy Jaffe's. This is one of the other ones that we have that's been in our collection since new. So as soon as it came back from being restored in '96, it came to us, and we use this as a press car. So you'll notice that, it's a little beat up, a little banged up, but she still does the job, and she's a fantastic runner. We just had her up at the Detroit area for the Eyes on Design, so she just came back, so please excuse the mess in there. But yeah, we absolutely love this car.
Can we take a look under the hood?
Of course.
Vintage Z. So for those of you guys who don't know, back in 1996, Nissan, they commissioned a couple shops to restore 240Zs from the ground up, nut and bolt, everything, essentially to make brand new vehicles. Wow, look at that. It just looks like a lightly used 240Z.
Yep, and that's what it is. Yeah, we've put a lot of media behind the wheel of this. Sometimes we get our employees out and drive this, but we take this a lot to a lot of local shows, and then we try to do a lot of support for, like when we're launching cars and other things like that. We'll bring this one out as well. So behind it is one of the last 300, so it's number 294 of the last 300 300s. So in 1996, when the 300s met their final year, this was one that we kept. This is a twin turbo 5-speed, all original, all the way down to the tire still. We rarely ever get this one out. We took it out for New York. We did a couple other things with it. This one is all original, has less than 1,000 miles on it. So it is as pristine and as clean as you would have seen it from the showroom floor in 96.
Is this the lowest mile one you have?
This is not the lowest mile one we have. You'll see that one here soon.
Yeah,
so
I think I've sat in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is the Steve Millen Z.
Yep, so this is our SMZ. So this was one of the press vehicles that we had gotten from that program. It's an automatic, but it's still a twin turbo. It's a fan favorite. Everyone loves this car. So do I. Our two Z32s here, and then the rest of our Zs are where we're going later.
What do we have here? These are special too.
Yeah, so both of these cars, specifically the GTR here. So this one was a really, really early production trial unit vehicle. It was used for testing, but then it was turned over and used for a lot of our lifestyle marketing programs. It was also used for one of the auto shows. So it's auto show prepped, but it is uniquely right-hand drive. So this is one of the R35 right-hand drives in the US. But yeah, she gets a lot of use. We take her to shows. We do a lot of stuff with this this car. So
it is almost like a brand new vehicle, but it's right-hand drive and it's in the US.
Yep.
So and this is not like a crusher car or anything.
No. So this is in our collection now, so nothing can ever happen to it. And so yeah, it's really awesome because this car was going to go to the crusher, and so before it went, we worked to bring it back into the collection, which was a bit of a process, but we're super glad that we were able to, because there's so many differences between this very, very early GTR versus what you see on the road today. There's so many subtle differences, but there's also some really cool nuances that you kind of miss now with the new car versus one of these early ones, where you get into this one and it is a completely different visceral experience, from all of the noises that you get all the way down to just like how things function inside. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I noticed there's some things about it, like for example, I think the Japanese version of the R35 has a couple different things. Like, I don't know, that's a clear...
Yeah, so all of the side marker lights are clear, whereas they would be red and orange on the US spec. Also, what's really interesting is when you hit the brake lights...
Yes, only one.
Yeah, only one on each side instead of both illuminate. So that's really interesting. That caught a lot of us off guard. But in addition to that, though, I mean, there's some hard lines in the body that you kind of miss in the new one. So like this hard part in the seat pillar is... So you don't really get a lot in the new car.
So it's smoother. It's a very smooth transition in the newer car.
Correct, whereas this still had this hard crease line. But then, yeah, I mean, outside of that, though, it still maintains a lot of its, same characteristics. Aside from, obviously, some of the changes on the inside, specifically this one having everything in Japanese, and every time you turn the navigation on, it thinks we're out in the ocean, which is always really fun.
That's awesome.
Because it's telling you to get back on a road.
That's so cool.
So yeah, we're really glad that we were able to keep this car in the collection as a keepsake to look back at what GTR was at the very beginning, and to see where we're at now.
Five X entries. Winningen.com. CarCaneSupply.com. 5X entries. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5X entries to win this GTR. Good luck, have fun.
What's going on with this?
Oh, this is one of my favorites, Larry. So this is our Solar Orange 350Z HR. This is also about as all original as you get, but this color scheme is my favorite, plus the package that it has. So it's got the Brembos, it's got the Sport Ray wheels on it that are staggered, but then the interior has the orange accented stitching, which just is perfect. It's a perfect color combination with this orange, but with the 6-speed and just with the HR engine, like, this thing is just an absolute ride to drive.
So I have a HR, and mine's definitely not this clean. Why are you so excited?
That's why.
You like this thing?
Dude, look at it! Look at these wheels! There you go, let it rip.
And
That was the last time I got to drive a Nissan. Watch this handwork.
Woo! It's automatic.
Let's go, baby.
Damn! Sick!
One of the coolest cars that I got to drive, but not actually touch the accelerator pedal. I literally just let off the brakes and it goes.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't even get to let all the way off of the brakes, but this thing is sick.
What blows my mind is Steve Millen built these in automatic. Like,
Yeah, why?
why?
They got a tape player though.
Look at it. Look how brand new it is,
So
dude. It's a
good.
brand new car.
I feel bad. I'm in here like sweating and like.
It's a brand new vehicle, dude.
So, oh dude, the climate control's right here.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these. This is my first time driving it.
This is a normal, right? You come to Nissan, they let you drive a couple of their cars. Specifically this vintage Z. Oh, this is so cool. This is a time capsule. Jeez.
Yeah, very much so.
So cool. All right, so what are we doing today? So we're gonna go grab some gas.
Yeah, well, we'll stop and grab some gas, let you drive up and down the street.
Yeah.
Get a good feel for it, and then...
We're gonna park this in front so I can take a picture of it in
course.
front of Nissan. Okay, here we go.
let's do it.
Here we go. This is so cool. You know, this definitely feels a lot more worn in
Yes.
right away
Yep.
versus
Take a look here.
Randy's.
Yes.
That one's like a brand new car. And this one is just like a runner. Like,
Yeah, this is a runner driver.
yeah. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it still feels, everything's still really, really good condition. Uncracked dash.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. All right, so where are we going?
Take a ride up here.
Everything still works. Totally normal. Just driving out of Nissan.
Just another day.
Wow. Top gear.
That's it.
Fourth gear.
You made it.
That's it. Man, this is so cool. Just a lap belt, no problem. That's why I felt like it handles so good, right? Because you get in the corner and you're just not, you have to hold on for dear life.
That's so true. Yeah, no ball steering. Just sliding around.
Yeah. That's not saying much. I'm gonna get beat by a bus. This is so cool. Whoa! Now that I got it sufficiently dirty after driving it, what do you think?
Spectacular.
Pretty cool, huh?
That thing. I know who you are. I was like, oh, that's Larry. Hi, Larry. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
But that was like, I'll say hi. This thing is spectacular.
This thing is cool. Well, thanks for watching what we're doing. We're actually shooting a video right now.
You're
No. Now you're part of the video.
Oh,
So
sweet.
what do you think? This is a vintage Z.
Yeah, it's a early series 70, isn't it?
Yeah. But this is
Is this
one
the
that
reproduction?
this is the one that Nissan restored back in
it was the
1996.
Oh yeah. I remember hearing about these.
Yeah.
God,
So we were just talking about how much we think it's worth. We're thinking almost maybe 200.
I'm gonna say
maybe more.
The way
Who knows?
numbers have gone, I'm gonna say 225, 230, somewhere in there.
Who knows?
That's healthy.
But
Yeah.
they just had a 432 or another 432 go through the auctions or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I know.
This
It's
thing's
perfect. It's literally perfect.
God, the body lines are straight. Holy cow.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, this is normal, right? You go to Nissan, you pick up one of their Zs,
Yeah.
drive it around, you know,
Yeah.
get gas in it,
Jesus Christ.
meet with other enthusiasts.
Hi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
You guys have fun.
Yeah, we will.
Appreciate it, man. Stunning.
Thanks for stopping by.
No, thank you.
That was cool. All right. Let's go back. We're gonna park it in front of the building, and I wanted to take a picture of this car in front of the building. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Let's do it.
Turn left here.
Yeah.
I like how we just left Tyler.
We'll come back to you
Later. Yeah. Yeah, I turn them on. Heck, this could be Japan. Damn, that's just what the 70s smell like. Fucking nerds.
Drive, how was it?
That was so cool. It was incredible. We almost got beaten by a bus. Almost. But then I kicked it into high gear and we won. Even though we weren't racing.
That's important.
20. Oh. There's Jonathan's personal 240Z. Man. Sheesh. That is pretty. Wow. That is great. What do other people say when they see their car here? Like, man.
I've been driving this here for almost the last 9 years now, and so everyone's pretty used to it. But when I first started driving it, one, it's way too loud. Got a lot of complaints. Oh yeah, we'll start it up. But two, everyone was just like, wow, there's a 240Z here.
Yeah.
Because there's only a handful of us that actually have early Zs. And so yeah, to be one of those guys who just drives it to work.
Wow.
We have a lot of employees though who have 350Zs, 370s, you know, that Stamp Pass his personal 50th anniversary 370.
Who's still on?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. That's a Heritage Collection car.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got an eclectic mix. So what stays down here is usually what gets driven
That's
minus.
really cool too.
Yeah, the first gen Q45. So we're about to prep that for sale. So if you know a guy,
I might.
so
I like the Q45.
yeah, that thing is so clean. If we
It's like a brand new copy of it, pretty much.
yeah, it's,
I had the whole Q45 rear end in my S13 essentially.
that's a perfect rear end for that car for sure. But yeah, that one's a really clean example. Pretty low miles. So we're gonna let that one go because it's a duplicate, as you guys will see later when we get to
Oh, there is another one. Good.
Yep.
Cool.
And then that's our kind of daily that we tend to go pick up parts and show for people around who come in from out of town. We'll take them in the Infinity there. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
my 73.
This is pretty cool. Let's see. I don't even know what's under the hood, so
Yeah.
this is a surprise for me. Jeez.
So yeah,
It's very clean.
Yeah, tried to keep it as clean as possible. Don't like a lot of fuss, so just wanted it to, you know, serve its purpose. And so it's a built L28. It's bored 40 over, flat top pistons. We've just put a comp cam in it, and then we've got Z Therapy SU carbs on it, an MSA 6-to-1 header with a straight pipe, pretty much all the way back to a Tanabe exhaust.
Whoa, I didn't realize Comp made cams for this car, for this motor.
Yeah, so it's a pretty stout cam. So it's a 290 duration, but with this build, it was needed. I ran some triple Makunis on this for a while, but with, you know, I'm not the one who wants to sit there and keep tuning it every time I want to drive it, and I've been contemplating about maybe swapping them out with Webers, but these SUs have been absolutely perfect. It still handles all the way up to the 7,000-ish red line. So yeah, this thing is just a backroad brawler. That's what I love about it. It just never ceases to put a smile on your face. And what's really fun about this is my dad and I restored this. So we worked together on building this car, and then my wife and I have been working on it to get it to where it's at now. But everything under the car has been completely redone. You know, T3 suspension. We've got Arizona Z-Car, front and rear lower control arms. So the thing just handles like a dream. We've got the Willwood brake kit on it now. Might need to talk to my buddy Rob Fuller over at Z-Car Garage and see what we can do.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah. What's going on?
I'm plugging away.
Yeah, so this is really cool, and it sits nice too. It sits really nice. So, like, how are the roads here? Are they pretty bad?
No, they're actually really quite good. There's some roads that are iffy, but you know, TDOT takes really good care of the roads around here to the point where I have absolutely no issues with ride quality. Yeah, and I wish we could go for a ride later, but we got some other fun stuff to take a look at.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, there'll be time for that. There's this thing is super cool. Sugoi. Tyler. Sugoi. Sugoi. Damn. Oh, man, that is so cool. I'm glad you got that plate. Here.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
The Nissan Garage.
The Nissan Garage. Okay, so tell me, how is it that this exists?
It's all volunteer effort. You know, this is all an accumulation of a lot of years of hard work from some of our predecessors. So Dave Bishop, as well as a couple others, did a great job of maintaining the collection from the move from Gardena or from California over to here. To Nashville, and in doing so, we've just been accumulating cars. And so we have some that have been with us from the get-go, but then we also have a lot that we've acquired over the last 10 years. And so yeah, this is where we store them, we work on them, and we drive them.
Well, so they're pretty clean here, and they seem to be pretty organized, and some are in states of restoration, right?
Yeah.
But when I saw a lot of these cars, when they were just in a warehouse in Gardena, they were dusty, dirty, honestly just completely unkept. It was essentially that. It was just a place to hide them.
Yep.
And luckily I was able to see them, but when they're here, they're actually preserved.
Yeah, we do make an effort to ensure that these cars are clean, they're taken care of. We don't get to drive them as often as we wish we could. Obviously, it would take quite the schedule to try to drive every single one of these throughout the year. But we're definitely looking forward to, as we progress through these trying times that we're dealing with, to get back into the swing of things, get these cars back into the hands of our employees. And
so the question is, when you say volunteer, you mean no one's paid to maintain this?
No, I mean, I work in communications along with Dan Pass, and the two of us, we curate and manage this collection on a volunteer basis. So everything that we do is on our own time. It's, we work it into our schedules. And, if we're prepping for an auto show, we know that we're going to bring some Heritage Collection cars out, then, we make sure that we come up here, we get them sorted. And we rely a lot on our local shops here. Some of our friends like Rob Fuller and others, they help us out with some of our cars. Randy Jaffe has been a big key player in maintaining a lot of our cars, specifically the BRE 510. Extremely lucky to have these cars and to work on them, but at the same time though, we need to preserve them and ensure that we keep the heritage alive within Nissan.
But let's say if you do need to fix something or send it out for restoration, then that's when Nissan kicks in and at least pays for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we have a budget that we maintain, that we use to upkeep the cars. And if there's a specific vehicle that we're going to use, we do go through that process of paying for it, obviously. So these are all of our assets. So these are all owned by Nissan.
Like you said, you do use these a lot to sell current cars, right?
Yes. So,
for example, at the new Z release in New York, a lot of the Heritage Collection cars were there.
Yep.
Along with the owner cars.
Yeah, so we had a really good mix. We had some great owners that allowed us to use their cars for the debut. But then, we brought a bunch of our Zs as well. And so depending on what we're doing, what we're selling, the Brie Larson campaign for the Thrill commercials, the 1960 pickup truck there was a part of it. One of our 300ZXs was a part of the commercials. So these cars definitely get used, and we're excited to continue to use these throughout the next decades.
Are there any other collections like this? I mean, because I've been to the Zama collection in Japan. This definitely reminds me of it, but it's a different spin. It's more, the US-based cars with some Japanese cars too.
Yeah, the majority of the cars here are US-based. So the majority of the ones that you'll see here were, either built in the US or were sold in the US. Now, that's not to say that we don't have Japanese spec vehicles. So we've got, that right-hand drive GTR. We've got a couple other Japanese spec vehicles, like some Hyper Minis. But aside from that, though, everything that's in here is US-based, sold in the US vehicle. So there was only a handful of these brought over. I don't know the exact number, but I've heard somewhere in the 300s. They were trying to kind of put Datsun and Nissan on the map. Now, what's really interesting about this one is it's not badged as a Datsun, it was badged as a Nissan. And my understanding of the story behind this car is that it was out in Knoxville, Tennessee, brought over from new at a Datsun dealership. It sat there for a while, exchanged hands through the ownership. And then several years ago, it came to the collection in this current condition. And so the team previous to us tried to get her up and running. We've acquired at least the majority of the pieces to restore the car. But I mean, imagine, this is probably one of the bigger Nissans or Datsuns of the time. You gotta think.
Built in Japan.
Yeah. Built
but
in
it
Japan,
looks like
over.
an American car.
It does, yeah. And this is a Cedric, so it's really interesting because the Cedric nameplate never came over to the US. But yeah, with the 1900cc little 4-cylinder with a single carburetor, I mean, cars of this size were stouting, V8s, whereas this one is rocking and rolling with a sub 2000cc engine. So yeah, we're taking our sweet time with this one to make sure that we do it right. The team before us did a really great job of getting it to where it's at now. This one's really interesting. Very 70s.
So how do you find something like this? Does somebody just reach out to you and they're like, hey, we have a old Datsun Nissan 200SX. Would you guys like to buy it?
Yeah, and in some instances, that's exactly what happens. So they find our information online, they shoot us a note, and they provide pictures and give us a story. And if it makes sense within our collection and it fits a chronological gap that we have, then why not? And so this was a really unique car. I mean, these early 200Xs, you didn't really see a lot of them, nor do you see a lot of them anymore. And so we were like, yeah, this would be a great addition to the collection considering its vintage and its condition. I mean, it was a pretty clean car for what it is. It runs and drives great. Yeah, that's what happens. Otherwise, we seek out cars. So depending on if we're like, oh, we've got to find an S14, then we'll go out and try to find one. We'll use our contacts and our networking and find what we need to find.
No way.
Yeah, from 1999. So the Z concept.
Wow.
The Z proto of its day for the 350Z.
I'm actually glad that it didn't turn out this way.
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool that. So, do you know what this was based off of? What was this built off of?
Yeah, underneath is an S14 chassis. Oh. So it's got the K in it.
No way.
Yeah, it's got a double overhead cam K in it. But that wasn't, you know, obviously this was just a concept for a design purpose.
Yeah.
Obviously the drivetrain and the chassis wasn't going to be what it was meant to be.
Jeez, look at the windshield wiper.
Yeah, the single wiper.
Oh my goodness.
Again, it was a modern interpretation of the time of, you know, the circular headlamp.
It's kind of interesting though, like a lot of the interior cues. This is a concept car, you know. This was never meant to last this long. It was just meant to last till the auto show, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's held up really well. And what's interesting about this, you know, we do need to get the tires addressed, but this thing will start. It'll run. It'll drive.
So it is KA.
Yeah.
24.
It is.
Wow. Yeah, this is the part of the garage that I like.
Yeah.
So you got a 260Z.
Yeah, and that's just not any 260Z. That's Mr. K's last lease car from Nissan. So that was his own personal car that he had spec'd specific for him. So that's why it's the pearlescent yellow. So I'm sure you've maybe seen his 240Z with the G nose.
Yes.
That Johnny Gable's, may she rest in peace, her son now has. But this has the sunroof as well. It's an automatic as he was getting older. We were told that his wife actually drove this more often than he did.
Wow. This is so cool. I love this color. What a gem, huh?
Right?
2+2. Huh. Incredible. I know what Tyler likes. I know.
Oh yeah, the S13.
You lie. Dude, this one, I will take this right now.
Oh yeah.
I'll take this right now.
Yeah, good luck. You're gonna have to fight off a lot of folks, man.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this thing.
Yeah, please. So this car was actually owned by a Nissan employee. So Davin Beltran from Nissan, he had purchased this vehicle, and then he was so kind to sell it to us in the collection because it did fit a gap. So yeah, this
actually has a lot of miles for it being this clean.
It's super clean for the miles, but he was I believe the second owner, and so yeah, it's such a unique car.
No way! It has the privacy cover.
It has the privacy cover.
No way!
It's a very clean S13.
Yeah, so this is something that you guys were actually missing in the collection, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, to find one without, you know,
this usually warps.
Warps, yeah. So super clean car. He took great care of it. And so we're extremely excited to have it in the collection.
Oh, I'm glad this didn't turn into a drift car. Like,
I know, right?
This reminds me of one that I had. I had a 91 with a moon roof. It was a hatch also, but mine was white. But this color is great. I like this. Yeah,
it's a great combination. And yeah, just like the interior being so pristine for as many miles as it has is it's crazy.
So cool.
So many cool cars. You know, we've got the B210 here.
Yeah.
I can't drive this, or any of us can't drive this without getting stopped and someone telling us that they had one of these growing up, or that their parents drove it, or that, you know, they had it in high school or college.
Yeah.
And this being the GX, so it's the...
Look at those wheels.
Yeah, the honeycomb wheels.
How funny.
So, yeah.
This is so cool. The interior is so... I've never actually really seen one of these up close. Like, I've seen them around, but
we sold a ton of them, but yeah, we don't really get to see too many of them. So that's why when we get these things out, this gathers more attention than like if we bring a Z out.
Yeah.
Because more people have like so many cool stories about growing up in these cars. These in the 510s. And
then so you have two race cars here. Is this the actual?
No, so this is an auto show spec version.
Oh, okay.
So it is the shell of our GTR Le Mans car that raced in 2015. So this is the number 23 spec. So it was just used for auto shows.
And then,
but that's the real deal right here.
This is the real deal. This is the actual race car.
I sat in the other one.
Oh yeah.
At Jaffe's.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is the real deal though. This is the Geoff Brabham winning 83 GTP ZX turbo car from Electro-Motive. So this is the one that you see in all the pictures, still on the original tires. It's still in the spec that it came off the track from.
No way.
Yep. It cranks up, it fires up with some race fuel. We haven't got it to driving condition yet. Whether or not that's going to happen is to be seen, but I mean, the car is just a time capsule.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
everything about this is...
Wow, look at that. Look at all the switches. That's incredible. What a cool car.
Right? I mean, just the body, the design, everything. Such a historic vehicle for the Nissan brand.
Yeah. Amazing. Love those wheels too.
Oh God, yeah, those BBSs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still got all the rocks from its last race.
Pebbles and everything picked up from the
So cool.
Yeah, so both of these were in New York. But yeah, this is the black gold. This was the commercial car.
This was the black gold. This is like that super 80s, 70s
Yep.
mustache ride.
This was it, man.
This is it.
This was the one. And so this is our lowest mile car in the collection. It's still on the original Goodyear Wingfoots. I think it's got a total of 700 miles on it.
I remember seeing a bunch of 240Zs and that like really old 1930s truck at the old collection.
Yep.
Where are those now?
So that 30s pickup truck is no longer with us, but we do have the Conut Roadster, which is a 1937 Type 15. So that one's with us. It's down in Atlanta getting restored. So we're excited to have that one back in the collection. But from a Z point of view, we had some other 240Zs in the collection, but during the move over from Gardena to Nashville, we purged some vehicles. And so unfortunately, some of those, as well as a couple 510s, went to some good ownership. But yeah, what you see now and what you've seen with our 240, the silver one, those are all we've got left. This is the Nickelodeon car, man.
Wait, oh, so this is a concept car.
Yeah. So this is the Gobi concept. This was designed by our design center here in the U.S. It's very 90s. The colors, everything.
The tires even.
Yeah, the
are
tire,
crazy.
everything. And if you'll notice on the sides, I think that side says things and stuff, and this side says odds and ends in little boxes on each side of the bed.
Yeah, it does. The bed.
Whoa! Oh, this bed like opens up this way.
Yeah. So these slide down, and so it provides easy access into the trunk area. So don't mind us. We've got a lot of additional memorabilia back here that we haven't hung up yet.
But wow, what a crazy! Look at the gauges.
I know, right?
Can I? Oh, is this doors not electric latches?
Yep. So
You can't touch it.
yeah, just whatever you do, don't close it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jeez, look at the interior.
CD player,
Yeah,
though.
the CD
Look
player.
at the CD player.
So sick.
God.
And it's one of those ones that you click and it opens up the top and then it pops out and you slide the CD in.
PlayStation 2.
Super PlayStation 2.
my God.
Like PS1, PS2 feel.
I want to see the back here.
It's
Whoa!
and then the trailer.
It's
So-
super plasticky.
So this trailer goes along with the concept next to you. So that's the Actic. So that was the concept for the first generation Mirano.
Oh. Maxima, look at this.
Yeah,
This is a first gen.
First gen.
Wow. This straight up looks like an American car.
Yeah.
First gen Maxima.
Yep,
no
first
way.
gen Max. Yeah, and if you wanted to steal the hood emblem, try again.
Datsun, and it says Datsun and Nissan on here, right?
Yep. So this was during the transitional phase where we were.
Look at those seats.
Yeah, right. And put
Oh,
this
it's
in your living
manual
room.
too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's got the L24 under the hood too.
That is so cool.
Right.
Can we take a look at under the hood?
Yeah. Pop it.
No way.
So excuse the dirtiness, but
I can't believe it's an L series.
Yeah, man. So this is what started the the 4-door sports car craze, right?
Yeah.
So throw a big engine in a sedan and enjoy.
This is so cool. Like, I can't believe how good condition this is, too. I don't know if I would explain it that way, but
All right, this thing is cool.
so this is
Yeah.
this is a side mirror. Oh, it's a camera.
It's a camera.
Right.
Look at the interior. Look at this.
What the heck?
Look at where you get your seatbelt from.
Yeah.
The seatbelt is so cool. What the?
This is so weird.
Very
You know what gets me all the time is and it's solar panels up here, or
No, just the see-through roof, so you can look up through.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
but like what gets me on concept cars is like the tires. Like,
Those are so.
what were they thinking?
That would never work on the road.
This is the concept for the Mirano.
Yep, for the first gen Mirano. So yeah, you'll see a lot of the styling cues that led to essentially the start of the SUV craze.
No windshield wiper on.
No, not that I was aware of.
Interesting.
No windshield wipers where we're going with this. But yeah,
Rear view mirror.
Wow, Actic.
This thing is
Okay. Okay. All
But
right.
you know, to kick off that sport utility type craze though, so they added this cool little camper trailer that you could sleep in. And so it really kind of set the tone that, you know, this wasn't just something that you just hop in and go somewhere. This is something that you could use as a utilitarian type vehicle as well.
I like how you have pedestrian vehicles here.
Yeah, these
like
are-
this Pathfinder. I mean, this was my daily driver for many years.
Yep.
I loved mine so much. I had the V8 version. Is this one a V6 or V8 version?
So this is a V6. This is a Job 1. So all of these cars right here are all Job 1s.
Oh.
So these were all the first off the line.
Got it.
Yep. So this Pathfinder, this Maxima, the Leaf right next to it. We have a Job 1 Altima.
Oh, so this is the
Job
first
1 Sentra.
sixth generation Maxima.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
It was a SL.
This was it.
Oh, cool.
From 2003.
Job 1. Wow.
Yep. And that was the very first Leaf produced out of the Smyrna plant.
Nice.
And then, yeah, we've got a bunch of Job 1s in the collection because, you know, our ties to Tennessee and with the Smyrna plant here are really thick. So we make sure to keep these cars.
So there's a couple cars that I've photographed here in the collection before, and this is one of them. So I actually had a chance to photograph this when Steve drove this at a hill climb event in Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is pretty stout, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely stout for sure. So yeah, Steve and his team did a number on this. It makes really healthy power. It's a blast to drive, makes all the right noises. And so yeah, we're looking forward to kind of putting it back into use. So
Interesting. Wow. Look at that. I haven't seen this in over 10 years. Like the hill climb event that I shot was in 2010.
would make sense.
Yeah, and it was just super cool to see this. What a cool car.
Yeah, this was a very, very early GTR. So this was a 09 pre-production trial unit that we had sent over to him, and he and his team retrofitted it with all of the goodies.
See, this is cool. This is the fun part about this collection. This car, if you brought this out onto the street and if you drove it around, nobody will look at you twice.
No, never.
In fact, that's pretty much what happens now when I drive around the R32. Like people think I'm just driving this old 90s Nissan, and I just blend into traffic. But of course, if you know, you know. With this, even if you know, you don't know.
Yeah.
This is something else. It's so cool that you guys keep these. So they never actually made a Nismo 370Z, but you guys converted one into it?
Yeah, as a convertible, we never had a Nismo. So this is a V2 Nismo spec convertible. So this was a kind of a Skunksworks project that was done internally, and what you see is one of one.
Yeah, that's cool.
The wheels are different.
This is awesome. King cab.
Yeah, so
Look at this.
This is
look at the seats.
Yeah, super, super clean.
No way.
620 pickup.
I cannot believe the seats.
Yeah.
This is so good.
This is one of my favorite trucks in our collection. Everything about this thing just...
Can we take a look at the engine bay?
Sure.
Tyler, I want this.
I'm right there with you. Let's go half on it.
Yeah, halvesies.
Halvesies. I would daily drive this thing, dude. This is so sick. This is such a cool, wow. Look at that. Yes. It's in really good condition.
Yeah, this truck is so clean.
So the majority of these cars weren't like first off the line. A lot of these are survivors where they just, you know, drove out in the real world for many years, and then you guys acquired them through some way or another.
That's exactly right. Yeah, there's a handful that have been with us from the get-go, and then yeah, we do have the job ones, but a vast majority of our vehicles were definitely used before we got them. And that just adds, you know, some character and some history behind all of these cars that we have.
So tell me about this Patrol.
Yeah, this has been in our collection for quite a while, actually, but you know, we've been using it for shows and displays. It's a great truck, runs and drives extremely well. Yeah, it's just what a piece of history.
Talk about a military vehicle, right?
So much
This
so.
is like look at this. This is to open the vent to get more air, and just the seats. This is not comfortable at all. I don't even, like, I could feel the springs.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable truck in the world, but boy does it give you quite the ride.
Oh, wait. Okay, so it does have a transfer case.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it sure does.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, this thing will do some crawling if you needed to.
So what,
It's very capable.
did this actually come out in the US then?
Yeah, so we sold these in the US for several years, actually, starting in the mid-'60s. They're few and far between, especially if you can find one now. They're starting to increase in value, but yeah, these things are just as capable as, you know, the Land Cruisers of the day.
I mean, this is what it reminds me of. Like, can we open the back here?
Oh, of course, yeah.
This is what it reminds me of, the Land Cruiser seats.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I've actually never, I don't think I've ever seen one on the street before.
Yeah, they're not so often found, but when you do see one, you'll definitely recognize it. But yeah.
Patrol, no way.
Yep. Carrying the Patrol name.
It looks cool because it kind of reminds me of like a Land Rover.
Yeah, it very much has that look, especially when you see it from the front.
Can we take a look at the engine bay?
Sure.
This one is actually in pretty good condition.
Yeah. There she is in all of her glory.
Whoa.
A 3-liter inline 6.
3 liter.
Yeah.
So it actually had some power, huh?
Yeah, got to get that low end torque.
So what was it? It wasn't an L?
No, it's I don't recollect the generation.
And it's gas.
Yeah.
Huh. It's not a diesel.
Not a diesel, no.
Wow.
It's still gas.
It's funny, the plates, the VIN plates have been the same they were the same for so many years.
Across the board, yeah. You know, this one obviously has Nissan instead of Datsun, but you know, the bottom half of the plates were the same all the way through the 70s into the early 80s.
I couldn't imagine driving this on the street. This is so cool.
It definitely gets a lot of looks. Yeah, it's such a unique truck. So many cars.
What is this? This actually looks almost European.
Well, that's a good eye. So this was our 411. So this is a 1600 4-cylinder.
So this was designed by the Ferrari designer.
Correct. Yep. So yeah, it's got a lot of European flair. But really, the goal of this car was to move up market. So you had the 510 that preceded this, and this was more of a case to see how luxurious can we make our sedans.
Jeez.
And so the beautiful leather wrapped seats. The really nice appointed dash.
So this is another car that I just haven't really seen. Like, it's kind of like a mix of a BMW 2002 with an Alpha.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
So
the Alpha is the front, and then you got the 2002 look in the rear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely pulls a lot of the European look. But again, this was Datsun trying to move up market. Trying to get away from, being, just the deal at the end of the day. This was something that you wanted to lust after. So that's why you'll see the gold badging. Again, you'll see the really nice interior. But then this also was the first time that we've put a Borg-Warner automatic transmission in our vehicles. So you'll notice that this one's an automatic. And it's a pleasant drive. Really, really nice car to drive.
It looks great. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before.
Yeah, they're not all that common. What's even more rare than this one is the Triple S version, which was kind of more of the sporty version, which then, as you know, attributed to the 510, and then the other models afterwards.
What year is this then?
So this is a 67, I believe. It's a 67 or 68.
And this had an L16 then?
No, it did not. So it's got an earlier generation version of that. I believe it's a 67. Don't quote me on that. So this has, I believe, the same engine that's in the Datsun Roadsters.
Oh. Wow.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's a good looking car. So this row, there's some really interesting cars here, but this pickup truck is so cool.
Yeah, so this as well as the two cars next to you were really the first introduction of Datsun into the North American market outside of, obviously some of our earlier cars.
Wow, even says Fairlady.
So this was the first iteration of Fairlady. So this is the obviously the convertible or kind of the sport coupe of the time. All of these, though, are on a very similar chassis with the same engine across all three of these. But we brought these over to the US and we put them in the dealerships to see how well that they would sell. So we made it really easy on the dealers to sell either a sedan, a coupe / convertible sporty type car, and then obviously a more utilitarian type truck. And yeah, this truck, 3-speed on the column, a little 1200cc engine, just like the rest of these. I think a whopping 45 horsepower.
Just to get you going.
Yep, just to get you going. But you know, it's got a huge bed in the back. You could throw anything that you needed back there. So it got the job done. But yeah, this was the first introduction of the Fairlady badge. These are super, super rare. Only 217 were brought over to the US. And so this is one of them. And then obviously you've got your 1200 coupe down there.
Wow.
Or the sedan rather.
This is, I love this so much.
Yeah, you and me both.
1600.
Yeah, so this was a collection car that's been with us since new. So when this rolled off the line, it came directly to us and it's been with us since. So that's why it's an extremely low mileage example, but we do tend to get it out. We take it to shows. This color combination with the white on red is one of our favorites.
You put 400 miles on this.
Yeah, we took this to a show, and we tend to get this one out. Not me personally, but some of our other teams. But yeah, since at least I've joined the collection, we've put several hundred miles on this.
It's still probably the lowest roadster.
It could be.
Yeah.
It very well could be. At least in its original configuration. Aside from tires, this is pretty much all original. Crazy, right?
Cool. So these 510s are just so cool. This one, a buddy of ours has this exact car, but it has some interesting names, right? Like the paint is so ordinary.
So we call her Old Man Tan.
Old Man Tan.
Old Man Tan,
Yeah.
or like hearing aid beige.
Yeah, it's such a weird color. Like you wouldn't see a car come out of the factory now with this kind of color.
No, never. That's why this was, very much of its time. But yeah, this one came to us from, I believe, Pennsylvania, and we've had to repaint it. But aside from that, the interior is all original. The drivetrain is all original. So this is just a great example of a 4-door 510, manual transmission. Yeah, it's just
this is incredible.
It's a blast, man.
Well, this is cool because it's. I just need to take a look at the inside. It's just so cool. Wow. I mean, this is the era. I always like to bring up the 510 of a car that's a pedestrian car, but once you do a couple little things to it, it looks so good.
It looks so good. And then, there's so much room for improvement in the engine and drivetrain, as you can tell, we went
and the
racing.
wagon, wow.
Yeah, this is a really special wagon too. So this is all original. So this actually came from an estate sale from a man who was really good friends with Mr. K. And so this car came with a lot of memorabilia that we have up on the walls that was signed by Mr. K, and he had a relationship with him. So we have a lot of great history and paperwork behind this.
510.
Mr. Sellers
beautiful.
was the guy who used to own this.
Amazing.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for showing us this collection. Just incredible. There's just so many cool cars here.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, this go-kart is, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a 350Z.
Yeah.
Do you guys even have a 350Z in here?
Yeah, we've got a 350Z HR convertible over there, blue on tan. And so that's the sister car to our solar orange HR back over at headquarters. So those both came to us from our Arizona test facility. But yeah, this is definitely the 350 to have right here.
That's funny. Yeah, I love the mix of cars here. You have a little bit of everything. Things that may not matter, but will become significant later on. And also another thing is, it's just cool to see cars in a pretty good state that honestly were just not that special. You know? But it's just, what an interesting story to kind of see them here preserve for history.
And that's it. You know, that's our number one goal, is to make sure that we keep these cars, you know, a part of our history, a part of our heritage. You know, our DNA resides in this room, and it's imperative that we continue to cultivate this collection and to make sure that we keep it, you know, alive and well. Because at the end of the day, you know, these will have significance. You know, we're you know, extremely proud of what we've been able to accomplish, what our team has been able to accomplish.
And some actually end up upstairs too, right?
That's correct, yeah. We've got a car that we'll show you guys upstairs as well. So yeah, the lane likes to put on rotation some of our vehicles as well. It's a mutual relationship for sure. So we like to help them out where we can.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. I just love being able to kind of poke around these places and just, I don't know, find all the cool little stories on these cars. What do you think?
I'm floored, blown away. This is so cool. Getting to see all these cars is amazing. This is really neat. This is a piece of history that not very many people get to see in real life, and it's so weird. It's cool to see how they went from here to here, but how they went from here to there that's a big jump. But I'm glad it went there. Yeah. This is neat though. I like the interior on this a lot.
It's pretty cool.